Yes. Oh, yes, it is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is the good doctor, Dr. Drew. He's a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number, 310-854-4455. And later on this week, Toad the Wet Sprocket will be in here as well as Tom Arnold. All right, Drew, you want to get down to business? I have a little email here.
That's fine. I'm surprised you're here. I thought you'd take off to Hawaii with Don.
I don't think I would have come back if I went to Hawaii with Don. I just would have been this little house bitch.
Yeah.
Running around in a thong back, perpetually tan. The only part of the relationship I'd have to keep up is hours worth of physical fitness and plucking the eyebrows.
And some pruning.
It's some
With a thong back, you're going to do more than pluck eyebrows.
Yeah, it's about time I got down there. It's been a while. It has been a while. Listen.
Where's your friend Ray, anyway?
Where is Ray? Listen, there's nothing wrong with a little... it is a myth that men do not do pruning downstairs as well as women. As we all know, for women, it's a must, and for men, it's a bit of an option. But for me, it really crosses the line in the must category. I'm a lot of man. I'm not ashamed to talk about it. And here's some email that'll back me up. This is from Marie. Adam, you're a good-looking man, but you need to do something about those eyebrows. I think you should get them arched.
What does that mean?
Well, I think that's like what Pamela Anderson or Pamela Lee has. You know, where they constantly look like you're in a state of perplexion or something.
Really? How do they do that?
Listen, Weenie, you've seen eyebrows. Your grandmother's eyebrows.
Yeah.
When she was is your grandmother alive?
No.
Okay, your mom's eyebrows.
Yeah.
And she's old enough. The point is women get their eyebrows like shaped.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, picture Pamela Lee.
All right, shaped. Just say shaped. All right.
Well, they're arched.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe something surgical happened. I don't know.
No. They pluck them that way, and they become like, Mrs. Potato Head. It's as if someone took 2 half moons or crescent moons and stuck them above the eyes. Right. They're saying I should do that. Yeah, that'd be great. Look like Charles Nelson Riley. Whenever a guy does that, he looks gay. Whenever a guy messes with his brow too much, he looks gay. I don't know what it is. Why is that? If you remove more than 6 or 8 hairs of your brow, you turn gay all of a sudden.
Maybe there's a relationship there.
You look gay, at least. And my brows, I was noticing them
Maybe
today.
you finally found the biological link.
All right. My brows are actually falling now, like an older woman's chest.
Wow.
They're no longer smoothing. You know when you see old people and the brows are heading every which direction,
right,
and oftentimes coming straight down as if they're wearing like a page boy haircut with their brows,
right,
or like Moe from the Three Stooges, but with the brows.
Right.
My brows, I notice when I wake up in the morning, are actually heading downward. I have to move them aside to see the morning sun.
It's really fascinating.
All right, so the point is I should do something about my sloppy appearance, and it's true.
Whiten those teeth.
Right. I always had this thing. I said to myself, Adam, if you ever get on TV, you're going to start working out, you're going to get your teeth whitened, or at least cleaned, and you're going to trim your brow and facial hair and all that. I never did any of it.
Right. We were lucky when you would shave.
That's true.
And that was unusual.
It was a coup at the TV show when I would shave. So I haven't been to the dentist in 4 years. I don't do anything to my brows. All right, I got to pull it together. Physically. I put about 1.5 minutes in a day, physically.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I'd be the world's worst woman. And that and the constant gas would make me a deal breaker on a date. All right, here's another piece of email from Vice99. I just had surgery because of my hernia. My question is, will this affect sex in any way? I've been sexually active for 2 years, and my girlfriend thinks it will hurt me.
No, it should be fine. I mean, obviously, wait a couple weeks, but they should be fine.
All right. I have that hernia problem as well.
Oh, you have a hernia now?
Well, I have the bulge.
Oh, right. It's sort of a femoral hernia with yours.
What's
that? It's a little different. It's right over here, right?
It's right there, yeah.
It's a little different.
Where's most of the hernia?
They descend this way.
Oh, yeah. Mine is right in the pubic line.
Right.
Although my pubic line stretches from my knees to just below my right nipple.
Really?
Oh, yes. A lot of pubic line.
Tremendous.
It's as if I'm being attacked by a goat.
You're like a minotaur or something. with that rear and that front. It's not anything human I've ever seen.
Well, what's the difference between a centaur and a minotaur?
Help.
A centaur has the body of a horse and the head of Oh, yes.
A centaur is half horse and
Right.
half man, and a minotaur is half bull and half man.
Oh, okay. Phone screener Sherry, who's been to one too many Renaissance fairs, I'm guessing, over the years. Is that...
I thought it was half,
right.
Minotaur was half goat.
All right, I'll go with bull. Anyway, here's another one email from Kathy regarding boob hair. For some reason, I have coarse black hair around my areolas and nipples. I've tried shaving, which makes it worse, and plucking causes them to become more ingrown.
Electrolysis.
Well, wait a minute. So is expensive electrolysis my only option?
Mm-hmm.
That is.
Or more expensive laser treatments or something like that, but no.
Okay, so if you've plucked and you've shaved,
Go to the
that's it.
cosmetologist.
Okay.
I was struck this evening, Adam. I brought my niece, Bonnie, over, and I realized that you and I probably at most grunt at each other.
Oh, really?
Before.
Yeah.
And we don't even like look at each other until we sit down here.
Yeah, where is that? How old is your niece?
13.
Oh, really? Yes.
Stay away from that.
No, please. I wouldn't dream of doing anything, on the first date. Maria.
Yes.
You're 18.
I am. Hi, guys.
Hey.
How are you guys doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm a little out of it.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for that wonderful segue with all that body hair.
You're quite
It
welcome.
was wonderful. Okay, guys. I have a question that I've been trying to ask many, many people for a very long time, and nobody seems to have the answer. So I'm hoping you guys can help me out. Okay, I became sexually active when I was probably about 16 or 17, and
You know exactly how old you are.
actually, no, I don't.
Why not?
Now I remember, 15.
Wait a minute. You're 18 now, and you
Yeah.
don't know when you lost your virginity?
Kind of.
Well,
All
again,
right.
that's
No,
already,
no.
no,
Don't buy it.
Wait, that's
Women know.
That's called
Women
denial,
know.
though. But if she already has issues with it, the fact that she did it, she wants to put it out of her memory.
I'm bringing it back to 15 and a half, and she knows the date
if she
and the
thinks
time.
about it, of course. But she's in denial about it. So go ahead.
Okay. Well, I've never had sex when I've been sober, so that might be a little bit of a...
You still know the next day.
Okay. Anyway, so my problem is that when I do have sex, even if it is with somebody that I know that I care about or that I might, I don't know, like have feelings for or a relationship going with, I end up feeling like absolute dirt, like either directly after or the next day. And I end up like crying and just going into hysteria.
Why do you keep having sex then?
Hopefully that I get over it. And now I won't anymore because just it happened the last time. And
Now you won't have sex anymore.
no, I
How many times have you done this?
many times.
Ten?
And I'm not like a slut or anything. I just
Well, wait a minute. I'll be the judge of that. 10 times?
you don't know me well enough.
10 times?
What?
10 times?
More.
15?
More. My judgment for that is that I'm looking for affection because I've been kind of like
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that's what women are looking for when they get sexually
All right,
active.
you
Some
want to
kind of-
gamble? Right out of the chute here,
There's
Drew?
two ways to go with this. I mean, one is something on the surface, which is kind of where I'd like to take this conversation, is that she somehow has the expectation that she's going to find affection there. And your objects, your male partners, don't cooperate, do they?
Well, no. I mean, most of the time, I guess probably about 80% of the time that I've ever had sex, it's either been not my, like, wanting or not my, I haven't said yes, or I've said yes because I've been so drunk that I just don't even know what
Yeah, but you got lit up knowing what was
stop
going to
it.
happen. Please. Please,
Yeah,
hold on. I got to
right.
cut through the denial here. First off, this geez, I lost my virginity. It must have been 16 or 17. If you're talking to Aunt Connie, who's 63, that's fine. When you're 18 and you're reminiscing about last year, geez, scratch your head. Let me see. Boy,
Yeah, there's lots of different things going on
let's
here.
see.
you're right.
One is your relationship with alcohol, which we're going to kind of overlook right now. Already you're having consequences from your relationship
Yeah,
with alcohol.
I've been to treatment.
And
so.
okay, so you're an alcoholic.
Yeah.
All right. The other is how you feel about yourself and your sexual expression. Do you want to gamble?
Yes.
All right.
I like to gamble.
All right.
Hold on, Maria.
Okay.
Okay. I don't have sex with any strangers for just one moment here. I think I have Yes.
I'm not giving you another $1.
I got $1. But I need this buck. So let's go now. All right, you go first.
Touched inappropriately in a home where her genuine needs were not supported at all. She was
Okay.
just sort of left to herself.
No physical abuse, only mental
Okay.
anguish. Oh, come on, baby. Maria,
Yes.
what happened when you were younger?
Well, okay, I'm adopted, and I was adopted at a really young age, and so I don't know about that, but from the shrinks that psychologists that I've gone to, they feel that I have like a non-attachment disorder, where I didn't bond properly with my adopted parents.
They never touched you in any inappropriate way?
I couldn't imagine that at all. My father's since passed away, my adoptive father, and he's
Anybody else though in the family get through to you? Because if you were sort of looking for some other sorts of connection, you'd be a good victim for somebody.
If I remember it, I don't.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Adam wins.
$2 is $2. What can you do? You can't jar it out of her.
$1 just for your effort, yeah.
God bless you, Maria. God bless you and the guy who didn't touch you.
So you understand your difficulty with intimacies, right? You have some insight into that.
Well, I mean, I'm a pretty, God, I'm gone for words tonight.
Here's my one interpret. No, leave her on the phone.
She can
talk
hear
to these
you.
people for crying out loud.
You punched the wrong one, you big chode.
There are two things I like to go to with things like this. One is, obviously you've had some issues of trauma and you have some difficulty making connections with people, and that's something that trust and feelings of intimacy and closeness are things that are going to be very, very difficult for you. But the other is, I think women your age are being sold a bill of goods, that somehow you're going to find intimacy and find what you're looking for if you become physically sexually active. I think you're going to feel ungratified, confused, and dirty.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get that. Somehow men can get that.
Yeah.
The women typically don't. They need to
They
be.
get off so much faster.
Well, no. They have a wholly different experience. It is not. It doesn't have to have any emotional connection at all for them to be very gratifying.
All right, Drew, listen.
Yeah.
I've done the show with you for almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but you only have so many good calls in you a night. I hate to see you shoot your wad right out of the chute.
So you're going to cut me off?
I'm gonna put an end to this call because you'll be tapped.
Right.
I like to think of myself as
Could I go home if I get tapped?
I'm like Pat Riley. I don't want to leave the Star Garden there running up and down the court, without a break.
Yeah.
Because I know he'll be spent by the time crunch time comes in the fourth quarter.
All right.
All right?
All right. Let me go to the showers.
Yeah. All right. Chad, 17.
Hey, my question is, all right, well, here's what happened. I had a party Friday night, or Saturday night, actually, and this girl and this guy had sex in my sister's bed, and she bled, like, all over her comforter.
He did?
She did.
She did.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I talked to her afterwards, and she said that she wasn't on her period, and she wasn't a virgin, so I was wondering how else that could have happened.
Well, some women are stimulated to bleed by intercourse.
Maybe your sister's just trying to get a free trip to the dry cleaners with the comforter.
It wasn't my sister. My sister's out of town.
Or it may bring the period on a little earlier.
Oh, already? That's just... Already.
So she may not have been aware that she was bleeding.
I'll tell you, there's no article in the house that suffers like a comforter when the kids throw a party. I can't tell you how many comforters were soiled and or destroyed through parties that either me and my friends either attended or threw.
Didn't comforters sort of come into being around the time that around the 70s or so?
Yeah.
I mean, they had them before. This part of the country anyway.
First off, the waterbed was the first undoing. Because here's what happened. People didn't know waterbeds were waterbeds. You got to realize your ass got used to a box spring and mattress for many, many years before the waterbed came into play. And then when everyone and their mother had a waterbed, especially if you're at a party, had a few too many beers or bong load or something, your ass would hit the waterbed. You'd have a bowl of Planter's Punch in one hand and the bong in the other, and you'd go ass over a coffee table right into the headboard with the Planter's Punch and the bong flying everywhere.
I'm just thinking of, yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're
With
right.
these water beds. And the next one is, yes, the comforter. Everybody I know, that was always the big thing. It was the following morning, we were cleaning up. You can mop the kitchen floor. You can get the, you can fish the cigarettes out of the pool. But that comforter, There's no way you're slipping that past mom and dad. And what happened inevitably is somebody broke away, got into the master bedroom, got it on, or did something, and destroyed the comforter, or at least marked it in their own way.
I just think about the crap the American people buy. The waterbed, you couldn't be healthy without a waterbed. Finally, humanity was going to be healthy.
Let me tell you something.
I've done okay without it.
Unless you're an Olympic caliber, or I should say X Games caliber climber, you can't get out of a waterbed. Once you're in, you're in. People say they love them. They're just saying, what they're really saying is you can't get out. And having sex on a waterbed is like playing handball against the draperies. It absolutely throws the entire thing off. You're going this way, she's going that way. It is a disaster. All right. Thank God we've gotten rid of those waterbeds. I never fell prey to the waterbed.
No,
either.
me neither.
You didn't? Yeah, you're the right age, Drew. You should have had one. Brian, 16.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey.
First-time caller, long-time listener.
And now they got these motionless water beds.
Whatever the hell that means.
Just get a bed then. Here's what it is now. It's a 850-pound bed. That's what a motionless water bed is. All right, sorry, Brian.
It's all right. I can't believe you two get paid the same amount.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
You deserve so much more, Adam.
I really do.
Yeah, Drew's just regurgitating stuff they learned in medical school, and you got to come up with stuff just like that.
Med school. He gets this magazine called JAMA twice a month. He skims through it, and then he spits it back out. That's all. That's like a bird feeding her chick. That's all Drew does. Just open the beak and dump it right onto the kids. But not me. I'm a fountain of improvisational creativity.
You're a genius.
Excuse me.
All right.
Okay, well, I have a question for Dr. Drew.
Oh. Why don't we just refer it to Adam?
Huh?
No, let's just refer it to Adam.
Yeah, let me handle this. Believe me, smart guy.
Addiction.
I don't care. I know about addiction. Shut his mic off, Mike. I'll handle this. It's off. All right, Brian. It's just me and you now.
All right. Question about crank addiction.
Sure.
How long does it take to get addicted to crank?
Well, he's talking about methamphetamines.
Yeah.
It depends. See, here's what Drew does. He covers his ass. It could happen the first time for some people. For others, it may not ever catch on, although meth is a very addictive form of drugs. Now, of course, you have to look into family history. Is there a history of an addiction in the family? Do you have the gene?
I think my dad was an alcoholic.
All right. Well, then it is quite possible that you have the gene, in which case you may do it once and be hooked immediately. It's a very dangerous drug. It has a lot of momentum to it. Drew, I'm doing fine, and you know it.
No.
You do.
No, you're not. You're doing fine, but you're not doing... Can I have a mic, please?
All right, turn his mic on for just one moment.
You're doing okay. You asked the important questions, and you got to the root of things. But amphetamine is much more insidious than that. Amphetamine is not one of these drugs that people... if I was a marijuana addict, they know it the first time they get high, because they're thinking about it from then after. It's sort of an ultimate experience. Amphetamine is quite different. It is usually slow onset. People typically don't use it every day. As they get on in the disease, sometimes they'll use every day and they use in large quantities, but it's usually much more insidious. And it takes hold before you really realize it has. It starts destroying relationships, makes you irritable, violent, moody. It's a disgusting addiction. It really ruins people's lives. But in the majority of cases, indeed, alcoholism is the underlying genetic predisposition.
All right. Jessica, 14.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
I have a really quick question before I get to my comments. Kind of involved comment, I guess, maybe.
All right.
Anyway, my best friend, I hate to say best friend around Adam, but my best friend, she's 15, and she's going out with a 21-year-old guy, and I'm just wondering if I should just pass it up or just say, do whatever you want. Because we were pretty close.
She's 14 also?
No, she's 15.
15.
Yeah, as a friend, I think it's important to tell your friends where you stand. And then after that, you just have to decide, do you want to be friends with people that, do drugs or hang out with, date old guys or steal or whatever?
There's no way I could break up the relationship or our friendship just because of that, though.
Okay.
She's done a lot of stuff that I would never do, but I'm not going to, we've been through a lot.
Well, tell her where you stand and tell her it's because you're a friend.
All right.
All right. What's your question?
I hope you're not
gonna like get turned off by me talking about this just because I'm 14, but I don't know if you remember me calling, but I called when Carrie War was on, I think.
Oh, Kari Wurr.
Carrie War.
Yes.
A few months ago, I was that girl who said that some of your stuff was offensive or whatever.
Right, racist?
No, see, that's the whole point. You was quoting me wrong.
Oh, okay.
I said offensive. You like talk. I did not ever said that. Anyway, I just want to straighten up some stuff that some people said and everything, because I don't know. I feel like everybody kind of got me wrong and everything.
All right, well, here's your chance.
All right. First of all, I just want to say that you have to understand that a lot of white people that I've talked to about the whole racism thing, they tell me that this, and the same thing happened with you, Adam and Drew. It's like you try to tell me, yes, we know exactly what you're feeling, and you got a chip on your shoulder. You just got to get over it, move on. You shouldn't even be taking this personally. But for me, it's like you have to understand that black people go through a whole different experience than white people. It doesn't mean you have a chip on your shoulder. It means that you have a different perspective on a whole life and everything. And you, Adam and Drew, have to like respect that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, just understand that people feel differently about stuff when you making jokes. Because I'm sure, like, if you had 100 white people and 100 like mixed people, I'm sure most of the white people would say, "Oh yeah, that's fine. You know, she's just joking around." But if you ask all the other ethnic groups or whatever, they would be like, "Hey, I don't know about this. I think maybe you should stop saying it." You just got to understand it's not. They can't all have chips on their shoulders, you know.
Well, you know what? I haven't done extensive research, but I find that sometimes white people are in two categories. There are the racist whites, and then there are the people who are overreact in like a compensation way. Like my mom would get more offended over a racial comment than the person of the race that it was headed toward. She really would, because she is almost overcompensating. I mean,
I don't like that either. I just want you to be down to earth, understand how other people feel.
Well, I mean,
start respecting the way other people
By the way,
feel.
very well put for a 14-year-old.
yes, very, very, very eloquent. And here's the deal, Jessica. It's a real touchy subject, and I don't know what's right, and I don't know what's wrong, but it's basically what's in your heart. And here's the deal. My job is to screw around with people, and it's to screw around with them.
You're
and
very funny, though. You make me laugh so much.
Well, thank you. And it doesn't really matter what I screw around with them with. I just screw around with them. And if I didn't screw around with blacks or Hispanics or Asians, it would almost be discriminatory, because I would say, I don't want to say anything about them because I'm treating them different. The whole thing is about treating people differently, and I'd like to treat everyone the same.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm sure if people just, because you know what? People these days, they don't know where you're coming from, you know?
Yeah. Well, I know.
You know, they're like, is this guy really serious? Or is he, if you just say, you know, don't take it personal, I'm just messing around, I'm sure people take a whole different
here's the deal. People, I say a lot of offensive things, not just about race, about different races.
Do you listen to what I have to take every night?
Yeah, I mean, I abuse Drew, whatever race he may be. I'm an attacker of that race. The point is this. I say a lot of things that piss off a lot of people. It's my job. So there you go. And as far as the races, I like everybody. I'm not a racist. Therefore, I get to make fun of them. Do you understand?
Yeah, we like Jessica, whatever her orientation
right.
is.
So, therefore, we get to make fun of her.
No.
All right. Listen, I'll explain my theory, my a-hole at the workplace theory that's going to put this all into perspective after this.
Ernie, the world's fastest drummer for Loveline.
It's a beat. Like John Bonham, that man. Never misses a beat. All right, I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. And I probably told this riddle or example before, but here's the way it is, just to finish up on what we're talking about with me and my asinine statements, which for the most part I stand behind 150%, although once in a while I say a few things, you know, just because that's the type of show it is. I'm not sure if I've done this one on the air, but Drew, you know this one. here's my take on people, and it applies to racists and misogynists and all the S. If your heart is good and you're good, Drew, punch the mic. What time is it? 10:31.
It's about on schedule.
About right. If you're a decent guy and you have no ulterior motive, then you can say what you want and people understand it. If you're a scary guy, you can't say too much. And here's the example I will give you. And women, I know you can get behind this. A lot of you women who work with a lot of guys. And there's always that one creepy guy you work with. Smells of Polo cologne as if he'd bathed in it, but right before, in the elevator, not at home. Wears the Italian wafer-thin soled leather shoes, and just comes off as a little bit creepy. Now, this guy gives you a bad vibe. He's never really said anything. He's never really done anything, but you pick up on it.
Is this what happens to you in the workplace? No.
Drew, let me finish the show without you popping off. Hey, how's it feel not having an audience? Huh? You realize when I am the sole owner of the laughter when you make a joke and I give you nothing?
Same thing as I do.
That's right. It's like if a tree falls in a forest and no one is there to hear it. If you make a joke and nobody laughs, is it still a joke? All right, here's my point. This guy is on a real short leash. If he comes by you one day when you're at work, if you're a woman, and says, hey, somebody got a new dress, it creeps you out. You almost want to report him for sexual harassment. It's like, oh, I can't believe what Herb said. Ooh, I'm going to go home and shower. Because the guy's creepy. And he exudes creepiness. So he can't say anything. Now, if there's a guy, and you all work with cool guys, too. They're nice guys. They don't have any of that creepiness. You see right through them, and there's nothing there. It's nothing but good. I'm not saying I'm an angel, but I don't have that. I don't have an agenda. This guy can come in and say whatever comment he wants, and you'll usually just laugh it off because it's this guy saying it. You understand that, Drew?
Although guys that, the Ted, what was his name?
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy is the guy that rely on that kind of...
all right, once in a while you kill 15 or 16 co-eds.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just the fact is intent is part of the issue, right?
Certainly.
Okay.
Yes. Dan, 17.
Hi, guys. I got a problem. First of all, I want to say, Adam, you're a stud, and Dr. Drew, you're cool, too. Adam, I saw your CBS show.
Oh, yes. Did you see...
That was pretty funny. I was like the only one in the room that knew who you were, but...
Did you see me in that expensive suit?
Oh, is that expensive?
Well, they said it was. I wanted to take it home.
Well, I was paying more attention to the dogs. But,
yeah.
Anyway, my problem is that my parents have a pretty tight rein on me, and they're super Catholic.
Right.
I go to Catholic high school and all that. And
that's why I was home on a Friday night watching me make an ass of myself.
oh, yeah, there you go. But anyway, I've heard from a lot of people that, when you get out away from home, the first thing you do is rebel. And the thing I'm worried about the most is, like, getting drunk or something like that and knocking up someone.
Right.
And, I really don't want to do that. And I was wondering, what are the chances of that happening? Because I'm kind of worried about that.
75, 80%.
Have you had a history of impulsivity? Can you not contain your impulses?
Well, I don't know how I'd answer that. I mean, I have ADD, and if
that does affect that.
Meaning that, I basically do act on impulse a lot.
What's the most impulsive thing you've done, Dan?
I don't know, I just kind of took my car and left. I mean, it's nothing big, but to my parents, that's kind of like my big problem there.
You did what?
Kind of took my car and left. They think that was a huge deal.
Where'd you go?
I just went over to my friend's house.
Oh.
And I came home and smelled like smoke. I smoke now. And, that's just to get cool. That's kind of the things I'm worried about. Is if I'm going to go to a party and everyone else is drinking.
Most people that, just as a general trend, most people that are going to do impulsive things and acting out don't worry that they're going to do it. They just do it.
No, they look forward to that.
Right.
Well, I'm worried about...
They don't plan out their impulsivity.
Well, I'm worried about my parents.
It's hard to pre-plan being impulsive, isn't it, Drew?
Right, exactly.
Well, they'd probably, disown me and stuff like that.
All right, listen, Dan.
Well, then maybe that's enough structure to help you refrain from doing these things that would be destructive to you.
Where are you going to college?
I'm not in college. I'm in high school.
Where are you going to college?
Oh, I don't know. Probably a community college because my grades aren't that good.
Uh-oh. All right. So you never had the impulse to study, huh?
No.
Okay. Well, don't worry. There's nothing going on over there in junior college. A bunch of guys trying to score weed and get laid.
Yeah.
You won't. There's no parties in junior college. You understand?
Okay.
Now, if you were going to Arizona State, San Diego State, Humboldt, one of these, drug schools, and you were staying up all night.
Let's name a few more just so we can alienate some more people.
Oh, like a drug school? Well, here's the thing about drug schools. Part of the drug school is you have to have a good proximity to weed. And that's why, like, Humboldt is good and UC Davis is good. But it can't be too hard to get in. Because it's too, except for, like, Berkeley kind of does that because it's a big drug school and it's really tough to get in. But actually, what you end up doing in Berkeley, it's the culture, not so much the actual students that are into it, but you are overtaken by your culture. But you take a school like San Diego State, and it's just a bunch of. I think the women actually go to class in bikinis and just thongs, and they don't. Yeah, I'm telling you, brother, they don't have desks or chairs; they have sand. And you just bring a towel. It's awesome. You're lathering up with PABA and learning about physics all at the same time.
Really?
Yes. All right, but Dan, you're going to junior college. You don't have to worry about that. You'll still be living at home, right?
Well, I'll probably move into an apartment because I just can't stand being around my parents because they got too tight of a rein on me. I mean, when I go to college, I'm sure they'll put a curfew on me there too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, they just impose a lot of stuff, and I'm afraid that then I get the opportunity to go out.
Yeah, I suspect you're going to be okay. I mean, just watch yourself, and it sounds like they've actually helped you provide structure for yourself, and that these sorts of concerns are viable, reasonable things in relation to your impulsivity.
And just the fact that you're questioning yourself, that stop me before I drink again kind of thing is a good.
But man, that's the primary parenting job, is to give you that kind of internal structure that you eventually adopt for yourself.
That and pay for junk. Janie.
Yes.
You're 27.
Hi.
Just give us your question. We'll go to break and we'll tease it.
It's a couple of things. My husband recently left me, and I found out recently that he had been cheating on me.
How old are you?
I'm 27. And I know for a fact that the woman that he's messing around with is bad news and has diseases and can get him sick, and I don't know whether or not I should tell him.
What diseases does she have?
Well, she
Polio?
Pardon me?
Polio?
No.
No.
Schistosmiasis.
No.
Schistosmiasis?
I know that she gets around, and I don't think he knows that. And I don't know whether or not I should tell him. Because, I mean, even though he left me, even though he cheated, even though I think he's kind of like a scumbag for doing that, he's a person, and he is my child's father. And I want to ensure that my child will continue to have a father.
How do you know she gets around?
I just know.
What disease does she have?
She may have AIDS. I'm not sure.
Okay.
She really gets around.
Okay.
So.
All right, Janie. We got to go to break.
Okay.
We will get to you about him getting around after the break, okay? All right, we'll be back. That is the good doctor, Dr. Drew, the board-certified one. And when we left off, we were speaking to Janie. Janie is 27, although she sounds 17. Has a child, possibly two. And her man has broke up with her and is fooling around with others.
Yes, he is.
Okay, now let's just get a little history here,
Okay.
Janie. How many children do you have?
I have two, one with him.
Oh, okay. I see. And who is the other one with?
My ex-husband.
Fascinating. And how old
You
are
have
the
two
children?
ex-husbands?
Well, she does
One
now.
ex and one soon-to-be ex. It's actually not that funny, but that's just kind of the way things go sometimes.
And when did you get married first?
I was 21.
21. And that one lasted until 23?
Exactly 1 year.
1 year.
Yeah.
All
right.
Then quickly went out and got another one.
Yes.
How quickly?
We married in June of 94. So there was a little bit of time.
2 years.
And now when did you find out this guy was cheating?
Well, he left me a couple of months ago, and the reasons that he was giving me for leaving didn't make any sense.
He was cheating then. Yeah, he was cheating then.
Well, I think he was.
Why did your first husband leave you?
I left him.
Why'd you leave him?
Well, he had problems with pot, and I wanted a different kind of life that didn't include drug usage.
And this present husband, does he use a lot of alcohol?
Well, that's what I'm also worried about, is that this woman,
No, him. Does he use a lot of alcohol?
He will if he's in the company of the wrong people.
Is your dad an alcoholic?
Is his dad?
Your dad.
Is my dad? No, I don't believe so.
Mom?
No.
How about Drew's dad?
I don't know.
You don't know? I'm guessing Lush. Drew displays all the symptoms. And my dad could benefit from a shot of Jaeger beer every once in a while, but he won't touch his stuff. All right, here's the situation.
Okay.
Janie. Your husband left you, and you're worried about this bitch that's giving him diseases, and you say he will drink if he gets in with the wrong crowd.
Yeah. And
how old is this guy?
He's 25, and I know that she drinks. I know she works in a bar.
Sure, she's a hussy.
She drinks a lot, and she smokes pot. And he's in the military, and I know that if he gets mixed up with her, he's going to be going downhill real quick.
Right, but I'm guessing he's not chief of the NATO forces as it is.
No, not quite.
What's he scrubbing a toilet with a toothbrush is what he's doing.
Not quite either. He's kind of in the middle, but I'm kind of worried about the sex thing because he tends to not be very responsible about sex.
Yeah, all right. You really married a winner. But here's the situation, Janie.
Okay.
You seem to be putting a lot of energy into this other woman and your husband, when you really should just be angry at your husband and be a little angry at yourself for getting involved so quickly with a guy who clearly wasn't up to the challenge.
Well, I thought he was for a really long time.
Stop. Did you hear what Adam said?
Yes.
What did he say?
He said that I should be angry at him and angry at me.
Yeah.
But I'm not really angry. Well, I am in a little bit, but I'm more concerned. I really don't care about her.
Right, that's the point. That you'd rather remain in this posture of rescuing him and saving him and fixing him.
So I should just let him swing and catch diseases and let him live his life that way?
You're not going to be able to do anything to stop him if you guys are broken up.
As a friend, even?
Yeah, that's never going to work because there's way too much sewage under the bridge. You're never going to be able to come to him and say, listen, I'm concerned about you and your new sex partner.
You can't fix other people.
Okay.
You cannot fix them. You've now taken on 2 projects that have been failures.
Okay. And the second part of that is about a month after this happened, he found out that I had a date, and he begged me to break my date. And he came home for the weekend, and I thought things might be different, and things happened.
Like what?
Well, we were together.
Sexually?
Yes. And I don't know whether or not, for sure, he was with her before that time.
I'm going with yes.
Yes.
I think he probably was, and I don't know if I should just go, I've already made an appointment with my doctor to go get checked for everything.
Good.
But should I even bother asking him if this took place? Will he be honest with me?
No.
Is that like an inherent man quality, or is it just a...
No, it's the quality of guy you've chosen.
The kind of guys you find, yes. So as far as you're concerned, it is an inherent man quality. It's like if the only bear you come across attacks you, then it's an inherent bear quality, and you might as well just look at bears that way. Or at least bears that you come across.
Okay.
All right, so Janie, here's your plan. Let me give you the long-term plan.
Okay.
Forget about this guy. He's immature. He's young. He's an alcoholic. He's a cheater.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you do not need to be getting back together with him.
Are cheaters always just cheaters?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Not without a great deal of work on their own.
Right.
If he gets into treatment for his alcoholism, if he really does months and months and months of diligent work because he feels he has to survive, he could change.
And let me tell you,
but he won't do it because of anything.
I don't think I would take him back after
That's
all.
right. And you can always take the position that, yes, if you are really doing something to help yourself, I will be part of your life again, but I'd have to see months and months of a track record of diligent work before I'd have back. Otherwise, I don't want to participate.
Right. And this guy's rehab consists of bar hopping and oral sex in parking lots after hours. All right, so, Janie, forget about this guy. He's an adult. He's going to do what he's going to do sexually. You worry about yourself. You worry about your children, and don't get hooked up. Time out for Janie.
Time out.
There you go. Justin, 30.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, Holmes.
I got a couple quick questions.
Yeah.
Drew, Oh man, I'm like nervous, so kind of like bear with me a little bit.
That's all right.
I have this problem when I urinate. If my penis is erect, sometimes when I go to go pee, it starts off slow, like it's not.
That's normal. Don't try going when you have an erection.
What are you going to do? Sometimes the fact that you have to urinate sort of sustains the erection.
Yeah, all right.
You have to pee in the tub. There's no way you're going to make it in the toilet. Tell you that right now. The potpourri will be floating right out of the dish when you're done with it.
Yeah, that's true.
You do what I do. You pee in the tub.
Okay. And Adam, what episode of Animaniacs did you write for?
I wrote 2 Animaniacs episodes. One of them was based on a monologue that I did at the Acme Comedy Theater way back when.
Oh, that narrows it down.
Well, it was a baseball coach. And actually, it was a funny monologue. I wish I could remember it, but it went something like this. No, I have no idea how it went. No. Hold on a second. Why not? I was a performer.
Oh, no.
Certainly, I have the people's ear tonight. I should do this one of these days. This was a monologue that I wrote, and for those of you who aren't familiar with the term monologue, it is basically like you're doing a 5-minute stand-up routine, but you're doing it in a theater instead of a nightclub, and you're playing a character instead of yourself. And Drew, I've never told you this bit, but it was funny. The situation was I was a Little League coach who was dealing with a bunch of 7 and 8-year-olds. And I gave them the whole deal on the signs. It was a championship game. I was talking to them in the dugout, and I say, I go to the belt, it means bunt. I go to the hat, it means take. 2 swipes on the arm is steal. This is the wipe-off sign, and here's the indicator when I scratch the chin. And then I got up there, and there was the imaginary Tommy at the plate, and I started in with the chatter. All right, Tommy, big stick up there. Big stick now. How about a frozen rope? How about a Texas leaguer? How about a bingo? What about a bingo? How about a bingo? What about a bingo? How about a bingo? What about a bingo? All right, Tommy, take a look now. Got a sign coming on. And Tommy never looked. And I got more and more irate, and I got into that. Geez, I wish I could remember it. It was like 5 years ago. But the rap was, how about a bingo? It would keep going, how about a frozen rope? How about a Texas leaguer? How about you, you set the plate, Tommy, we'll do the dishes. How about a bingo? What about a bingo? How about a bingo? What about a bingo? And I just go into this whole rap, and they turned it into an Animaniacs thing that I wrote, and I don't think they ever made it.
Did they ever make any of your Animaniacs then?
I wrote 2 scripts, and to my best of my knowledge, they were never made. Although I have no way of confirming that. I got paid. They came to me, asked me to write them, paid me a decent piece of change, like $2,500 or something. I wrote them, and that was it. Then the IRS put a lien on them. Yeah.
I'm monitoring the Animaniacs now.
Oh, I do?
Oh, yeah, kids watch them every week.
Oh, well, I know all those guys, so if I don't know, want a mug or something.
Oh.
All right, where are we, Drew? Let's take a quick call. Huh? Yeah. Like when he points. Whites. Hey.
Yo.
Hey, you're 26.
Right.
What's your name?
Whites.
All right, Whites.
Hey, I live with a friend of mine and a girl who is a few years younger than us, and she says... She's a friend of ours from high school. We've known each other for a while. And she says that men go through this PMS phase every 3 to 5 months. It's like
so when their wife goes through it.
Right.
Yes. It's the same thing.
Well, we're all unmarried. We're just out of college, and I don't know. I've never heard of this. She said she dated a couple guys that...
No. It's ridiculous.
It's basically nothing.
Men have no cycle.
Men do not have anything that even closely resembles the kind of substantial biological cycles that go along with the menstrual cycle. That there are lots of rhythms, biological rhythms that go on, and some of them can affect mood and make you irritable and whatnot, but for the most part, there's nothing reproducible.
I'll tell you how you can chart a man's rhythm. It is based on sporting events and playoffs. Like, for instance, the Bulls won last week.
A lot of guys are irritable now.
Big drop off. Now, guys are irritable. There's nothing else to watch right now, and here's the real downtime. It's a long, hot summer before football season kicks off. I swear to you, football is my game. That's the sport I watch. When the Super Bowl ends each year.
On the short days, then too.
Yeah. When the Super Bowl is over, I feel such pain.
You know what? I've known you through two Super Bowls, and you mentioned it both years.
I really feel let down.
You get depressed.
So, right. So if you could chart a cycle for men, I bet you could put it to their favorite sports team or event, and there is where your cycle lies. And for Drew, it's Mexican soaps.
All of my most sensitive areas were inflamed.
Drew and I were just having a little conversation, and we will be back with more Loveline in 10 seconds. All right, it is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Toad the Wet Sprocket coming up later this week, and I will be looking forward to that because I'm a fan of their music, as well as Tom Arnold, who will be in here on Thursday. So those are the guests we have to look forward to this week. And next week, the controversial Alexandra Paul will be in here. The Baywatch one without the boob job will come in here. We've had our differences in the past. I've never met the woman. It's been a little war of words. And she will be in here to set the record straight. So we'll look forward to Locking Antlers with Alexandra next week. Also, Jacinda Barrett will be in here. Why is Jacinda coming? Folks, what the hell show is that?
Road real people.
50 most beautiful people in People Magazine.
Real Road Rules. She's from Real World, which is heroin for TV junkies.
Yeah.
I swear to effing God, when they have those Real World marathons on the weekend, that's it. Get the Gatorade drip going, put the Cheetos in my ass. I'm not leaving the sofa.
Hey, Road Rules does that.
Right?
I'll tell you, Road Rules does that to me a little bit, too.
Everything but the Cheetos in the ass.
You know that?
All right, I'll put them in there. Huh?
The Road Rules does that to me a little bit, too.
No.
No.
It does that to me a little
I've
bit.
never seen one episode
But
of
watch
Road
one.
No.
No, I like Road Rules is fine, but the Real World is just I don't know what it is, but it's addicting, and you can't turn it off. But the point is Jacinda was on the Real World in Bangladesh. Where was the episode?
San Francisco.
San Francisco. No, was it San? No, she was
New York.
Well, London. She was London, yeah.
That's right. She's now girlfriend of Chris Hardwick, who fills in for me on occasion, and you also know from Singled Out, and is now launching a movie career. Am I right, Ann?
That's right.
What movie is that?
I'm not sure, but she's going to tell us all about it when she comes up here.
Okay. Ann made the 50 Most Beautiful People?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Now
you didn't see it?
Suddenly he's attracted to her.
You should have seen the picture. She's a very pretty
really?
girl. Yeah.
I'll tell you, if I was Hardwick, I'd be on the phone immediately. Whenever you can nail one of the 50 most beautiful people, you've arrived.
Chris, if you're out there, please call.
He's going to too now.
Yeah, I know. There he is. There he is.
Well, I mean, seriously, it is a feather in the cap of any man. I'd like to crack the top million, personally. All right, Drew. How do they work that most beautiful? I've seen Jacinda. She's a good-looking girl, but how do they narrow it down? I mean, how do they do that in the top 50? Please.
Those publicists, which you think are so worthless.
Oh yes, there's a lot of lobbying going on. Yes, there must be. All right, does somebody throw my name in a hat next time that happens? I would like to be one of the most beautiful men in the world. Listen, with guys, personality plays a big part.
Yeah, yeah.
Keith, 29.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Good.
I got a question here.
Yeah.
I've been going out with this girl for about 10 years. Just broke up the other day, and I'm wondering about seeing my children.
How long ago was the other day?
2 days ago.
Were you married?
No, we were, but we were divorced.
How long have you been divorced?
Since 92.
And you've still been living together?
Yeah, off and on.
No, this is a healthy relationship. And this is your first breakup?
No, off and on.
Many breakups.
Yeah.
So why is this one so panicking to you?
Someone's got another boyfriend.
Well, because she told me Saturday 3 weeks ago that she met another guy.
Oh, Adam, I'm giving you $1.
Are you giving me $1? Oh. See, I have no pride. Would you like to give me $2?
No.
Oh, okay. I'll take that $1. That's crack money. All right, so Keith, this is why this ain't happening. I mean, you're not getting back with her. Thank you, Drew.
That was good.
Oh, I know that.
All right. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Now, in your divorce settlement, do you have visitation rights?
Well, I had the we have 4 kids. I got the visitation rights on 2.
Why on 2? Please. You told me you've had 2 since the divorce?
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, can I have another dollar? Oh, Keith, what a mess.
Big time.
Holy crap. All right.
What I did was I called over there to find out when I can come get them, and her mother won't let me talk to her. She tells me never to call there.
Well, look, you have legal rights to the 2.
Is she living with her mom?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet mom's a treat, too.
Oh, boy. She's got to be a gem.
Her mom's got Irish and Polish.
All right. Very dangerous.
Very.
Oh, drunk and clumsy. It's a very dangerous combination, the Irish and the Polish. I could just see her. She's wearing like a shower cap and those velour slippers, and she handles a rolling pin like Bruce Lee with nunchucks.
Nah, she don't cook, though.
Oh, I meant for beating, you moron. Please. Cooking. Women don't use rolling pins to cook. They use them to beat their no-count husbands.
She's very temperamental about everything.
All right, Keith. I mean, you have a right to the 2 children anyway.
Right.
I mean, you got to enforce that.
All right, Keith. No more kids.
Definitely.
I mean, the real thing here is you got to come to grips with the fact that this relationship is ending and deal now with focusing on your children without your ex-wife involved in the relationship with the children. And you have a extraordinary responsibility. You have 4 kids. Oh, I mean, what's going to happen with these kids?
I'll tell you, I'm going to take care of them. Yeah. And then they'll take care of me. First, I will take care of them via the taxes. And then when they get about 17, 18 and get a hold of their first zip gun, they'll come around and repay me for all the years I took care of them with the taxes by putting a bullet in my sternum. That is how we will take care of each other.
That's the American system.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the American system. The people that you take care of the most via welfare, child support, and all this have the highest likelihood of gunning you down. That is the American system. The folks that parents provide very nicely for them and take care of them, not quite as high an incident of them gunning you down. It is the folks you subsidize.
Look upon it positively. Then when they get arrested for shooting at you, then your support goes up.
That's
then
true.
They're more expensive.
Because they're in prison. That's right. This is the American system. Eve, 15. Oh, and that's why these Keys of the world are they are criminals. I'm sorry, Keith. I consider you a criminal because here's the deal. Hold on, Eve. Your kids, your children, they're the same as anything else you own. They are like a dog. If you let your dog run loose and your dog chases people down the street and bites at them and runs people with mopeds into hedges and kills them, I look at you as the problem. I don't look at the dog as a problem. I look at you as the problem. And if you have 4 of those dogs, then I look at you as a criminal and a bigger problem. Same with the kids.
I mean, really what Keith should have to do is basically drop out of life and social scene and focus on his kids and supporting them. That should be his life now.
He should never be allowed to have sex again.
But, I mean, he should be really just
only oral
focused
sex
on these kids.
We need comfort women to give Keith just massive amounts of oral pleasure so that he'll never fornicate again. That is my plan. If I'm governor, oh, boy, I think it's going to change. Eve.
Hi, how you guys doing?
Hey, you're 15.
Yeah.
We're a little disillusioned with the system, but other than that, we're fine.
Okay, I've got this problem going on.
Yeah?
Hold on
Okay.
a second. Drew, you up off the floor? All right. Go ahead.
Okay, I had sex for my first time about a month and a half ago, and then since that time I've done it once, after that. But so I've only had sex twice, but I've given 7 blowjobs, and it's been to guys that I was kind of friends with.
Hold on, is this Snow White?
No.
All right. There's a little Disney humor with the 7 blowjobs. Drew, you down with that?
Yeah.
You had to explain it to me, but yeah, I am now.
Okay.
And it was guys that I was kind of friends with, that I just knew, and guys that I smoked weed with once in a while,
All right.
and stuff like that. And I mean, I'm not really looking for a relationship with any of these guys,
The carb is next to my nuts, baby.
but But, like, at the same time, I kind of, like, feel, like, compelled, like, to do it just because, like, they give me weed for free and everything. Like,
Okay.
they're really nice and stuff.
All right, you want to gamble? You want to gamble?
Yeah.
All right,
I
hold
can't lose any more money tonight, though. It's just this.
I'll give you your $1 back
to gamble with.
To gamble with. All right, hold on, Eve.
Okay.
Hold on, we're going to gamble. All right, so Eve's predicament, even though, well, she's 15, she's only had sex a couple of times, but she feels compelled because the guy gives him a roach to blow him. Where were these people when I was in high school? My goodness, I couldn't get a hand job with a kilo. I'm putting them both down.
Yeah, right.
All right, what's going on with Eve?
You start.
Why does Eve feel compelled? I mean, you heard her say it. She said, it's not something I'm really into, or I'm paraphrasing, but, you know, the guy gave me a hit of pot, and so I felt, well, surely I should have oral sex with him. Otherwise,
they're so nice to me.
Yeah, what's in it for him? All right, so there's some form of abuse. Being deprived of something, I'm going to go with Dad out of the scene early. Mom didn't provide much at all.
Oof. That was my thing.
Yes.
All right, I gotta get more specific. Lots of siblings.
Ooh. Yeah.
Dad was out of control, sort of angry, abusive sort, who did eventually just vanish. Mom just couldn't keep it together. Mom was sort of just trying to keep everybody fed.
Right. Okay. Eve.
Okay, I have both my parents. They've been married for, like, 17 years or something like that. And, like, we've always been pretty close. And I have 4 younger brothers and sisters. And I've always been really right to my mom.
Bitch.
But, like, with my dad, you know, it always seems, you know, I just, like, don't really get along with him. And sometimes, like, we'll have, like, these awful fights. And, like, I mean, I've written, like, suicide notes, like...
Is he drinking when you have those fights?
No. My dad doesn't really drink.
Were the notes for yourself or other people?
Like, for other people, it was just, like, I was just, like, writing them just to, like, tell people that, you know, that I couldn't handle it anymore, and I would have, like, these huge awful fights with my dad.
Right.
To, like, go into my room and, like, throw things and, like, cry and stuff.
All right,
and, like, neither of my parents, like, really seem to understand me now.
Right, okay. You're, all right. You have 4 other brothers and sisters?
Yeah, they're all younger than me.
What do your folks do? Do they make money?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh.
My dad's, like, has his own business, but we'd been living overseas until like 4 days after I turned 15. I was born over there.
Oh,
and then, like, we
okay.
moved here, and my dad started his own company.
All right, choke on that $2 I
we
made.
Can keep it out here for the next. We can keep it out there for the next.
I make $2 once in the last 6 months. I make $2, and bam, it's right back into Drew's grubby little mitts. All right, Eve, listen, stop acting out. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, first off, quit smoking pot. You're too young. Secondly, if you're going to smoke pot, you smoke it with your friends, not with pimps who need something in return.
Okay.
Do you understand
know what I'm
that?
saying?
Yeah.
That you don't have to give them something or feel guilty that they're being nice to you.
Eve, you are precious cargo. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Your mouth is worth much more than a hit off a bong. Understand? You're special. You're Eve. Together we make an incredible team. You do not need to do this. You're more important than that. Do you understand?
I'm sure it feels good to be connected with somebody and to have them, you know, like you and be nice to you. But there are more gratifying ways to achieve that same connection and feeling good without ultimately feeling bad and degraded.
All right. Sarah, 23.
Hi. I wanted to ask Dr. Drew that about Depo-Provera.
Mm-hmm.
I've been having the injections for a while now, and my period completely stopped. I haven't had a period for over a year. And
You're still taking the shots?
What?
You're still taking the shots?
I have the last time I had it was 3 months ago. You do it every 3 months.
Right.
But I was just concerned that I've heard some reports and stuff that at times, some people say that it stops your fertility completely, and I was just wondering. I mean, I know it's normal for women to stop menstruating, but it's been over a year, and I'm just.
You mean could you have some permanent impact on your fertility?
Yeah.
Not that I'm aware of.
And when I stop, how long will it take for for everything to come back?
Most people will restore within 3 months, but I've seen it go up to 6 months. And they can start cycling you again.
Well, obviously, it's not going to start up faster than the period, the intervals in which you get the shots.
I mean, it could.
Wait a minute. If you get the shots every 3 months, how could it start up
I see
faster
what
than
you're saying.
3 months?
I see. Yes, correct, of course.
And I'm sure they usually play it safe and go about half. I mean, 3 months in medical terms, if they're playing it safe, is probably good for 6 months. It's not 3 months in a day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's pretty close to 3 months.
But it's like the whole AIDS thing.
Right.
6 months is really more like 3 months,
Yeah, I mean,
but they say 6 months.
Yeah, but think about the oral contraceptive pill. I mean, if you take it 28 days, you miss the next cycle, you're done. You could ovulate.
That's true. All right, true. Touche. Leslie, 19.
Hi, I have a problem. A friend of mine recently told me that she had met some guy over the internet and whatever, and I didn't really take her seriously. And then a couple weeks later, she told me that she met him in person for the very first time. He came all the way, here to see her and everything. He lives on the East Coast, and we live in the Midwest. And he asked her to marry him, and she has like a rock on her finger, and it's a bad situation. And the thing is I'm the only one that was kind of supportive. Like, not her family is completely against it, obviously, and so is all of her friends. And the problem is I don't know how to like tell her that I think it's a bad idea without her, thinking, well, no one supports me. I'm gonna just run off and marry this guy, and. Because I want her to sit down and really think about what she's doing before she makes a decision.
Well, let's talk to her.
I don't know where she's at.
What do you mean you don't know where she's at? She's your friend. She's at home. Of course she's at home. Where are you?
I'm
at home.
No, I'm not. Actually, I'm at school.
Huh?
I'm at school.
Well, you're where you live, right? You're not in the cafeteria.
No.
All right, that's home. That's home enough.
All
right, let's call her.
I don't think that would be a good idea.
No, this is a chance. This is the way. You're a person who takes by the bull by the horns, life by the reins. You're the captain of your own ship, are you not, Leslie?
Yeah, but I really don't think.
All right, Skipper. First mate Drew and Gilligan over here would like to help you.
I'm sorry, I don't think it's a good idea.
I'm the professor.
All right. Yeah, Drew's the professor. All right. Well, listen, unless we talk to her, we have no advice.
Okay.
Except to be flat out honest with her, and obviously you have trouble doing that. I mean, even with our facilitating it, you're not willing. And for some reason, you have trouble being honest and asserting your feelings, and you're only hurting her.
Okay.
By not being honest.
Okay. All right, just be honest. Listen, check your heart, Leslie. You have nothing in there to be ashamed of, do you?
No.
You have no ulterior motive.
And if you want to,
then talk.
If you want to remain supportive, still be supportive. You can not. Think something's a good idea and still remain supportive of somebody's decision.
I was thinking about this internet, and I think I know why it appeals to so many young people. Because when you're young, you really want to go out and meet people.
Right.
And when you get older, you want people to leave you the F alone. I don't know what that is, but you don't want people anywhere near you when you're older. Don't park the car in front of the driveway. I got a neighbor. This old SOB is out there yelling up the hill. Oh, for Christ's sake. This is another neighbor. I got drop down, just like in the Wizard of Oz. Boom. My house landed right in the middle of two nutballs.
And then Margaret Cho's on the other side.
Oh, all right, we're going to get Margaret Cho tomorrow night, too. I got stuff to talk about there. But this guy's down the street. Don't you move the car? My wife can't get into the garage. He's just bellowing up the hill, and one of the guys work on the house told him, screw you geezer. It's the guys I got working for me. Now he's all PO'd. But the older you get, the more you want people to leave you alone. Leave me alone. And when you're younger, you want to connect with everybody. And I think that's why you don't see guys in their 60s on the internet trying to hook up with folks from out of town. Your biggest nightmare is when someone from out of town comes to hang out. Am I right, Drew?
Yeah.
Great.
You're right. It's interesting.
Beautiful. All right. So what have we learned? I'm always right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's let the callers sell themselves here before we go into break. Aaron, you're 19.
Oh, no. Why'd you have to do this to me?
I don't know. All right. You're right. Let's go somewhere else. Anna, 24.
Hi. I had a question about cocaine.
All right.
Okay, I was in a 7-year relationship. It just ended a few days ago. My boyfriend had told me that he used cocaine. He was previously married. He's older than I am. He used cocaine with his wife for sex. Then when we got intimate, none of that happened. Then like 3 years into the relationship, his nephew came to live with him who used cocaine. So then he got into it all over again.
So first time was his wife's fault, and then the second time was his nephew's fault. Right.
Now, it happened again recently. And
what happened? With this, hold on, I got a theory. Did this guy sleep on his back?
I'm sorry?
Does he sleep on his back, this guy?
Yes.
Yeah, he does. All right. Hold on. We got to go to break, Anna. We'll get to this. I know what happened. This guy would doze off on the sofa on his back.
And they just pour cocaine up his nose.
A nephew would grab a funnel and break open a sack of coke and just dump it into his nose.
That wife did the same thing.
Wife did the same thing for sex. Now, before he knew it, he woke up. But again, there he was, all beaked up. That's why he woke up, Drew. Do you see what I know?
Meanwhile.
Yes. I found out another English word that they Brits like to screw us up with. We're talking about the how the Brits will take ER and put an A at the end of it, like they'll call water, wata. And they will then, when they have the A to use, they will abandon the A and put the ER in. Like they love to say area.
Area right.
Yes. And Santa Monica. And I will think of, there's one other good one that someone alerted me to today, and it escapes me. But I'll see if I can come with it, up with it before the show is out. Huh? Where are we? Oh, that's right. Anna, 24.
Right.
All right, so this boyfriend of yours, or was he ex-husband?
No, boyfriend.
How old is he?
I'm sorry?
How old is he?
He's 37. I'll be 25 this year.
How old is his nephew?
His nephew, he's in between both of us. I don't even remember. He moved out of the country a few years ago, about 4 years ago. So he's gone, right.
All right, so first it was the ex-wife that got him going on the coke, and then more recently the nephew.
Right, and then the nephew came, and the whole thing started. I never had been confronted with anything like this before in my life. This is the first time I had seen it. He fell, almost died, and he was illuminated, right?
He was what?
Illuminated. He didn't want to do it anymore. So I wanted to help him. We went to some rehab classes, and he was clean for 4 years afterwards. So I thought things were fine.
I'm sure he wasn't clean. Was he drinking still?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm assuming not.
You don't go to a few rehab classes after cocaine addiction and stop doing drugs.
Right.
You have to work daily for many months, many months, to do anything with this kind of habit.
Okay. That was kind of my worry. My concern was that then for 4 years, has he just been playing my strings and pretending that things were fine?
Now, why did you go to classes with him? It's his disease.
I didn't attend them, but I took him, or
And why didn't you go to Al-Anon or Co-Anon? Because that's your responsibility in this disorder.
I didn't know that.
Co-Anon is for Jewish survivors of substance abuse?
No.
What was going
Cocaine
on?
and
I see. All right.
I didn't know that I was supposed to do that.
It's although he's clearly the identified patient, you've been involved with this guy, and so you've got some issues too. And it's critically important that you involve yourself in some sort of codependency recovery.
Right.
That is the only impact you can have on his disease.
All right.
That's it.
How long?
Nothing
wait a
else.
minute. How old were you when you got hooked up with this guy?
I was 17.
You were 17, and he was
28.
30. Yeah.
28. All right. Very. Great. You're a senior in high school.
Right.
And he's getting fired from his 5th job and getting divorced for the 2nd time.
No, for the first.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine then.
He has 2 children, and
All right, Anna.
no, they're great. They're great kids.
Anna.
I'm sure they are. They're older than you. Did they ever discipline you?
No, they're younger than me.
Oh, okay.
15 and 11.
All right, Anna. Have you got? What do you want? Get rid of this guy.
Well, I did.
Oh, good.
But my problem now is, why am I rationalizing the fact that I still want it be there?
Because it's more comfortable for you to be fixing somebody with an addiction than to be stuck by yourself dealing with your own feelings. You will find another addict if you don't do something to change yourself.
Right.
That's what you're going to do. I don't know if your dad was an alcoholic or whatever. Why?
Right.
Yeah. And that's
I even drew $1 for that.
that's your concept of a relationship with a male, and you're acting that out still.
Well, you go for what you know.
No,
but please, yes.
Let's put it a different way. Your parents rear you to suit their needs. Their emotional needs necessarily get imprinted upon you in such a way that they're comfortable.
Thank God my parents had no emotional needs.
And no, there was some acting out there too, by the way.
Oh, they were?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they had emotional needs. They just liked their emotional need was, hey, leave me alone.
But that's, that when a child has more genuine needs that they don't meet, that's pretty serious.
Right, but they didn't have any.
Yeah, but they couldn't deliver. They couldn't deliver for your needs.
No, my parents delivered like the Mexican post office. That's how they delivered.
Right.
You're just lucky if something showed up 2 weeks late. But
let's go back with Anna. Anna's got to get into some codependency recovery. There's multiple different kinds of means you can go out there, but get a sponsor, work the steps, and you will hopefully get into some of the issues that pertain to how you conduct yourself in relationships. And if not, then it's time for some individual therapy.
All right. Aaron, 19.
Yes.
Yeah, hold on a second, Aaron.
Okay.
Do you think they advertise in Mexico about, like here in America, you're constantly bombarded with these post office commercials, the, $5 overnight package, the 2-day guaranteed package. Do you think they do it in Mexico? They just bump it up? We guarantee delivery within a month? They have the over-month package and the 2-month speed plan?
No, they just have we guarantee delivery.
It's possible.
Bring some shakedown money when you come to pick up your package, or you won't get it. All right, Aaron, you're 19.
I can't believe I'm calling you guys. I've always listened to you, but I never said I'd ever call you.
Good. I've sworn not to call the show myself, and so far I've held true to that.
Okay. Yeah. Let me see. I have a problem with my mom. Ever since I've moved to Portland, I moved from Key West, Florida, to go to art school here. And she's all concerned because I'm smoking and I'm having sex and I'm supposedly doing drugs. And now I'm going home in about a week and haven't been home in a year. And she's disowning me. She doesn't want to see me when I go there because of what she thinks. And I've talked to her on the phone, and she's always crying. She calls me crying up, and she's concerned. And I told her I smoke because she asked, and she started crying. And I guess she knows I'm doing sex just because she figures, and I don't know if she listened into a phone call with my
your mom's Jewish, right?
No, she's very, very Catholic.
Oh, really?
Yes.
It's like being Jewish with straight hair.
Yeah, I guess so.
I know the Catholics. Here's what she does. She calls and works that. I know you're having sex. I've heard your friends have reported, and then you just admit to it, right?
Yeah.
A lot of parents do this. They'll do that thing. It is entrapment where they'll go, I found a roach in your jeans when I was doing your laundry, and you go, holy Christ, I didn't, and then you yell like one guy's name, like, Brad, that son of a bitch, and then they busted you, even if they never found the roach. They just throw that out every once in a while.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to bust, here's what I'm going to do. Every time I pass my son's room, I'm going to yell, quit whacking off. I don't care if he's 2.5. I'm going to yell, quit whacking off, and my entire life, every night, just to throw his schedule way off. I mean, he'll never do it in the house. I suggest you start that at your house, Drew. You got 2 sons. Start with the quit whacking off.
Right now?
Well, like back in
November. Put it on a loop and put on a tape recorder.
Back in November, I was hanging out with someone, and I shot heroin for 2 weeks. And I could just see my whole life going down the tube, so I quit it. But I was in such a bad state then when she knew something was going on, and I just confessed over the phone because I needed money to pay rent and all. And ever since then, now, she's just all over me. And, like, now she's so upset with me until I take an AIDS, get checked for AIDS.
All right, Aaron, let me straighten you out.
Yes.
You're 19.
Yeah.
You were raised in a fairly uptight environment.
Very.
And now you're breaking away in this whole artisan business.
Uh-huh.
You're getting multiple piercings.
Yes, that's true. I got my nipples done in my house.
Okay. All right. You are...
but I'm really normal. I very am.
You are acting out worse than Scott Baio. Or is that
Aaron.
just bad acting? The point is this. You are doing exactly, you think about everything your mom would hate you to do and then go out and do it.
I don't do it on purpose.
No BS. Of course you do.
No, I don't.
Of course you
Who
do.
does it then? Who's doing it?
I do it because I like it for myself.
Yeah, but
I
the
don't do it
reason
just
the reason you like it for yourself, the reason it feel good is a big, as Adam would say.
Let me alert all the
Well, I
big
wish my mom would just accept it.
Big F you to the parents.
Right.
Let me alert all you boneheads who are doing things because you think you like it for yourself. Here's the joke. You are doing it. Yes, you are a bone-ass head. Listen to me, Aaron. You people, you trendy folks, you are bigger slaves than those who don't touch anything because you are driven by your parents. Do you understand that? You are driven, it is reverse driven, but you are driven and compelled to do this in a much stronger way than those who aren't compelled to touch themselves. You think you are doing your own thing. The joke is on you. You are just acting out.
You're acting out
we
on
could figure it
yourself
out in a second.
before somebody else acts out on you.
Oh.
Right. So all this independence and all this freewheeling lifestyle is really much more confined than you would have ever imagined. Your mom caused you to do this, even though it
How
is
do I handle her now when I go home in a week?
but she's paying for you to go to art school, right?
No, everything's been scholarships on my own.
Well, you need to get some help for yourself because you are flirting with death. You're slamming heroin.
No, I haven't done that since October, and I will never go back to that.
All right, but listen, Aaron, stop busting your mom's chops. You know what I'm saying.
And worry about Aaron because look, you're slamming heroin.
She's not slamming anymore.
She's not doing it at this moment, but she slams heroin.
No, I haven't done that since October, and that was only for 2 weeks, and I would never go back to that.
Do you slam heroin?
No, I don't.
You never slammed heroin?
No, I did.
Okay, you slam heroin.
Drew, listen. Drew, you're
I'm not saying you're
missing the
doing.
point.
No, you're missing the point that she
you're-
may already have something, God knows what, hepatitis C or HIV. I mean, who knows? She has put herself in harm's way to the point that she could die. She is flirting with life-threatening behaviors. You need to, Aaron, do it for yourself what you need to do to get healthy. Forget about your mom. You're going to die acting out like this. It's a disaster.
All right, and here's the deal, Aaron. All right, you had your little piece on this. I have 10 seconds with Aaron. Aaron, whether you know it or not, and I think you do know it because you're not arguing with us too much, and you're smart beyond your years at 19. You know you're trying to chafe your mom's hide here. Stop the combativeness. I know you have issues with your mom, but the issues aren't going to be solved by you pissing her off even more. Just go in and talk to her. Tell her you have some issues. All right, sorry. Please, Drew. Okay, listen. Here's the deal. You're not going to resolve any of this through acting out. You understand, Aaron?
Yes.
And that's what's going on. So do what you want to do in life, but really think about it and make sure it's what you want to do, not what would piss your mom off the most. And as far as your relationship with your mom, realize that she comes from a little different time and a little different generation, and she probably screwed you up a little bit when you were young. Try not to hate her for it. Everyone's parents screw with them. At least she was there.
Yeah.
At least she provided for you.
Yes.
At least she had the patience to, or the wherewithal or the concern to take a few minutes and tell you to do something. I know you perceive it as over-domineering and overstepping her boundaries, but it is the way she knows to show love.
And if you can't really hear what your real needs are, then that's when you need to get some help. I mean, if it's all a reaction, then get some help.
I'm now sweating through the back of my shirt. All right. Oh, that sweet little sneaker pimp. I like the sneaker pimps. Whatever happened? Find out what happened to.
He's alive. You should add that Carolla to your list of Carolla. Right? Anybody else besides Mike? Can I know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, let me hear it again.
That's good radio.
Carolla and Dr. Drew.
All right, that's right. All right.
Carolla, like gorilla. Carolla.
All right, one more time.
Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
That goes on the list.
All right, work that into the the mispronounced Adam Carolla montage. Mike, give me that kiss off kind of wave. He gave me that. Are you kidding?
It's more like don't need to overstate the obvious. Let's go.
No, I don't think that was it. Aaron, 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Okay, I got a question for you, Dr. Drew.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Saturday night, me and my boyfriend wanted to experiment with anal sex for the first time, and I guess he, like, exploded inside, and ever since then, I've been having, like, really bad lower back pain, and I don't know if that's because of that or whatever, but I haven't gone to the doctor or anything.
You haven't gone.
Yeah.
You have gone.
Oh, no, I haven't.
You haven't gone. It exploded. It might.
He exploded in you.
Yeah, I didn't want to say
Maybe
come
there's
or
some
anything like that.
some shrapnel or something.
And I want to know if you can get pregnant by that.
Strangely, I suppose you could, but that is not.
Anytime there's a sperm explosion, there's a chance of pregnancy. I'm going out on a limb, but I think if I walked in a room and stepped on a sperm mine and it went off, I think even I could get pregnant.
But it's not likely. It's certainly not an obvious route for pregnancy. Okay,
through the anus.
I mean, something would have to leak into other areas and things.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
It couldn't do it internally. In other words.
Yeah. No. There's no communication there, anything like that. But my concern is that you may have traumatized the internal organs in some fashion. I mean, you can really hurt yourself potentially.
It's been really sore, and when I go to the restroom, it's just
Is there
so painful.
any bleeding?
Yeah, a lot.
Oh yeah, you've got to see a doctor. It could be an infection, it could be a tear, it could be lots of things that can go on.
You didn't have a condom going?
We did during intercourse, but not for the anal. And we used
That's
She's worried about pregnancy.
That's like wearing the seatbelt when I was in the driveway. But once I hit the open highway, I took it off.
Yeah.
And I heard about these butt beads that you could use beforehand to, like...
Aaron, please, see a doctor. You have traumatized yourself. You have hurt yourself. You've torn something. You may have an infection. A lot of things can happen. The back pain is where the colon refers its pain, so something has happened to your colon. When you're bleeding, you need to see a doctor immediately. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
Are you clear on this?
Uh-huh.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to go to the doctor tomorrow.
Please.
What did you hear about the butt beads?
I heard about them at Condom Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
My friend was talking to me about it, and that's how I decided.
Want to gamble?
No.
Oh, I don't know. I was doing so well at the beginning of the night, and I'm losing my pants now.
All right, let's let it go.
Aaron?
Yeah.
What kind of background you come from?
Like, what do you mean?
Your folks?
They're divorced.
Mm-hmm.
They're very strict Christians.
Uh-huh.
So they don't really know, and if they did, I'd be in big trouble.
Very similar to call to Aaron.
See what
Another Aaron.
happens?
That one was named Aaron too, wasn't it?
Do you see what happens when you put the clamp down on the kids? They spring back with the butt beads. All right, when I'm done with catechism, I'm going to put Mom's jewelry box in my ass. This is what happens when I'm sorry you had to hear that. We have a young guest in the room, and it's Drew's niece.
Yeah.
Yes. She looks nothing like Drew, and that's a good thing, sweet.
She's Susan's brother's child.
Okay. And she sounds nothing like Susan, so that's that's a winning combination. All right, Aaron, go to a doctor. Be careful.
Okay.
And watch out about these young guys who explode, as you say.
Thanks.
And listen.
Yeah.
You know the way. You know the criterion for having sex. Would it be criteria or criterion?
Criteria.
All right, the criterion. If you think you may be impregnated through anal sex, you're banned from having sex. If you think you may become impregnated through going in a jacuzzi after one of your older brother had himself in there last summer, you should not be having sex. And if you pronounce a virgina, you're banned from sex. I'm telling you, it would be utopia if people would stick to this. All right, now where were we, Drew? No. Alan, 22.
Yeah, hi. Actually, I originally just called to say what's up to you guys and tell you guys that you're doing a great job. But now I kind of have a problem with my ex, my ex-girlfriend. We have a child together, and she refuses to let me see him. And I was just wondering, if maybe you guys have some suggestions or anything.
Get an attorney.
Huh?
Get an attorney.
An attorney?
Yeah.
Well, the problem is I live in San Diego, and she lives in Washington State, and I came up here, and she already filed custody, and she's already she filed custody, and I couldn't make it up here for the hearing.
Ugh.
And so I was
done.
is there anything I can do?
Again, I think you have to consult with an attorney, but I think you may have blown it.
Really?
Suspect. I don't know. I mean, we are not legal experts.
I am, but I don't care to talk about it.
Okay. Well, I won't waste any more of you guys' time then.
This happens a lot, and parents need to understand that kids need the love of mama and papa, and that so often, I believe, mama, and on occasion papa, uses the kid as a pawn.
Oh, sure.
This is something you want, you bastard? I have so much anger for you that I'm not going to give you anything you want. And I see that you want this child, and I'm treating it the same as the car or the golf clubs or whatever it is.
It's we have a culture, have lost our understanding of what happens to children.
Right.
What we do to children, what parenting is about.
Oh.
It's just unbelievable.
Let me talk to your niece for a second. Do we have a microphone here? Oh, boy. Like that's going to make it. Why don't you come around and hang out with Uncle Drew over there? Because here's state your name for the record. Would you?
Bonnie.
Bonnie. And you're 13.
Yeah.
And the parents still together?
No.
No. And when did they get divorced?
I think when I was 10.
Uh-huh. And are you okay with that, or you kind of wish they were together?
I'm pretty okay with that.
You are, because they didn't get along so well when they were together?
Yeah.
And now, do you get to see both the parents?
Yeah.
And you ever go to Drew's house and get naked and run around with the rest of the kids? Because I know that's a big pastime over there. No, you're a little too old for that. What are you, 7th grade?
I'm just done with 7th grade.
Ah, going into 8th grade.
Yeah.
Starting to think about boys, are you?
Yes.
Yes. You hear a lot of things. Any questions you'd like to ask a seasoned man like myself? Obviously, there's some attraction. That's a forbidden thing, but that's okay. It's healthy. You look at me as a distinguished gentleman. And at your age, I know you look at me, you think I know all the answers. And it's true. I guess I do. Do you look at me as a distinguished older gentleman?
Yeah.
Oh, you look at Drew that way?
Oh.
Uh-huh. He is, you look at Drew as having it all together, don't you? Never hair out of place, a doctor, a TV star, a national radio celebrity.
Yep.
You don't realize that there's a man crying inside of that shell, do you? There's a broken man who's contemplating faking his own death so he can get out of this life, this hell he calls a life. Do you understand that?
She heard me whimpering one night.
She heard you crying, and when you thought the kids were asleep. But it must be a thrill for you to have. The kids.
Going to the weenie roast.
Oh, going to the weenie roast. The kids at school, I'm sure, know Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
And look up to him.
Yeah.
And idolize him as they idolize me.
She's still pretty young for that.
A little young, a little young. But soon you will be getting right into Drew's demographic wheelhouse. Usually 15 to 15 3/4. Those are the ones who really worship the Drew. And to say that you're the niece of the brilliant, sophisticated, worldly Dr. Drew is going to get you more dates than you can shake a stick at. Have you been out on a date yet?
Mom wouldn't let me.
Mom, very smart. When is Mom going to let you?
I don't know.
Would you like to?
Not right now.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, what time is Mom? Oh, no, I don't want to get into that. But you have to be home at any certain time, or?
It depends.
Do you have a curfew?
Not really.
Not really? So what do you get for allowance these days?
$13 a month from Dad.
Oh, really? See, if the folks were still together, you'd be getting $6 a month and mowing the lawn. This is brilliant. Have you ever seen Drew in the nude? No. No. Okay. You realize I don't know. I don't have these questions lined up, Drew.
Adam.
All right. All right. We're going to go to commercial. Is there anything, any friends you'd like to say hi to? Would you like to touch the hem of my sleeve, perhaps, or anything like that? You're not at all intimidated by me? No. Not a little bit? No. Okay. Well, have that effect on even the young women. All right.
They're doing like a touchdown dance in the next room.
It's all right. She's very composed. Yeah. Are you attracted to me in any way, shape, or form?
You've asked that 7 times.
I know. I can't imagine a 13-year-old. You're supposed to like everyone over 30, aren't you?
No.
No. All right. Well, more revelations from Bonnie, is it?
Yes.
Yes, after the break.
I don't think they're aware how.
Of show. I want to thank myself. And that's about it, yeah. Toad the Wet Sprocket will be in here. And the lovely producer Ann for doing whatever. Must be
Putting my feminine stink on.
yes, must be in between catalogs or something. She's very much involved with the show tonight. Toad the Wet Sprocket and Tom Arnold coming on later this week. So, and Dr. Drew's lovely niece, who I can see blooming like a bulb, planted in the fall, right in front of me as we speak. Oh, what a tender age that 13 is. So much you know, so much you don't know. Harking back to those days myself as a young lady when I dreamt of Bobby Sherman, where life was just a big row of daisies, and all I could think about was my next miniskirt. To go back to those days at 13. All right, so until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed herein are certainly opinions.